Welcome, young mage. I'm Rhino, and today we are going to be, there are some more Ravnica preview cards, and I just can't wait to jump right into it. But before we jump into it, I want to thank my patrons for helping out this channel, and they have been a huge help. With the lights, with the cameras, with the game overlay, with a ton more stuff. And you also can become a patron just by $1. That would help out so much, so that way you are included into the game overlay and a ton more stuff. Yeah. So please become a patron. And also, we got a Kickstarter running right now, and we only got 14 more days. 17.
17 more days, I think.
So 17 more days. You, if you want to get your people that want to know how to play Magic, then please back this project because there's very little time.
Okay.
Only 17 more days.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, let's shift over to the cards and all right, there we go. William says hello. And
hello, William.
All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, which was Disdainful Stroke. That came out yesterday, but it came out right after we had shut down. So
okay.
It's a reprint?
Yeah, it's a reprint. So it is a 2-drop. Encounter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or greater, and it's an instant. This is going to be really good in the pre-release, and in standard. And you just get to count. It's basically a counter spell, basically.
Well, it's a counter spell that you hold on to.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
not much to say about that. So let's.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good comment.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to this.
Okay, so expansion. It is an instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell with converting mana cost 4 or less. You choose new targets for the copy. So it is, what is it called? Well, you get to copy it and with 4 or less. So you can't, so you can copy like a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0.
Well, yeah, there's quite a lot of spells that can be copied. Now this is a target instant or sorcery spell, which includes what your opponent has.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Yeah, I know, because it's an instant.
Yep.
So, now next is expansion. So.
No, explosion. You did expansion first.
Oh, I'm getting screwed up with all these. So explosion. It is 2 red and 2 blue and X. Explosion deals X damage to any target player and draws X cards, and it's an instant. This is going to be really good in both pre-release and in standard.
Yeah.
So
now the big question here, which I don't know the answer to, is you deal damage to any target player draws X cards. I'm assuming that means that it could be another target. It doesn't say same target. So
wait, what?
So explosion deals X damage to any target.
Yeah.
And then this target player can be a different a different person that's being targeted.
Yeah, but why would you want to do that?
Okay, I deal X damage to your creature, and then I draw that many cards.
Oh, well, wait. There is X, so X deals it deals X amount of damage, and
But it's not. It's not. The target player isn't the one that is the controller of the target in the first sentence.
this is kind of like a different card or a different ability. It has a period.
Right, it has a period.
So
you can do two completely different targets. I can target a creature here, or I could target you, but then I can be the target for the card draw. Or I could target you for the card draw if I'm trying to mill you.
True, yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's kind of annoying how it makes it bigger. Okay, so it's rare.
Yeah, it's a rare. It's hard to get, pretty much. So, well, besides card sphere, so yeah, this card is going to be really good in pre-release and in standard because there's lots of land coming out and you need the card draw. And this is kind of like a whatever damage and you draw that many cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be pretty good.
Yeah. For modern, I don't know. I don't see it being great for modern at the moment.
Well,
Commander,
probably.
yeah,
It'll be seen.
especially the explosion side for Commander.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a really good card, and make sure you look out for that.
Yeah. All right.
So let's see. Vivid Revival. It is a sorcery. Return up to 3 target multicolored cards from the graveyard to your hand. Exile Vivid Revival. Okay, so it's kind of like Gravedigger, but it has to be multicolored cards.
Yeah. So yeah, it's okay. In the pre-release, I mean, how many multicolor cards are going to be in each pack?
Very rare.
Well, I don't know. We don't have a good feel for the number of multicolored cards yet. So this is something that we're going to have to look at once the entire set is spoiled as to how good this would be for the pre-release. Because it could be that you only get one, you only max out at one multicolored card per pack. If that happens, then in the pre-release, this isn't going to be that great, and it won't be great in limited either. But if you've got upwards of 3 or 4 in packs, or maybe even if there's more, then it might be pretty decent.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah. But as far as standard goes, if you're liking grave digging,
I need that again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah. So multicolored cards. That's anything that's got more than one color on it.
Yeah.
This does not include lands.
Yeah, that does not include lands. So
because lands have no color.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's okay. We really only see it working well in standard at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah.
All right.
So next is Laurels Locket.
Okay, this is the Locket series.
You better lock it tight.
Okay.
That's a very bad joke.
Okay. Marshall Sutcliffe got to spoil these this morning.
Oh, Marshall who?
Marshall Sutcliffe. You know Marshall. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is a mana rock that you can tap at a red or a white, and you can do 4 of
Any combination of red or
any
white.
combination that you need, and then you can sacrifice it, draw 2 cards.
Yep.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah. The thing that would make this great is if that was a 2 instead of a 3. But I mean, these are going to be great at the pre-release.
Oh yeah.
They're common. You're going to see them a lot in limited.
And in Commander, yes.
Well, yeah, in Commander, these are going to be great budget options because I don't think that these are going to get above 10 cent. These will be like, these will be in people's chaff. So, these will be great cards for any new players in Commander to get some mana fixing. Standard, based off of what we've been seeing for the mana fixing standard, we're going to see those. We're going to see them pop up. And my assumption is that we're going to see lockets in the next series that will be the Azorius, Ratkos,
and the other ones.
Yeah, Orzhov, Simic, and Gruul. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gruul. So yeah, that is a really good mana rock.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty.
so next is
Okay, so we got the Dimir lockets.
yeah, the Nimir, the
Golgari,
Golgari,
Izzet, Selesnya,
and
Ganon. All right.
okay, Goblin Bannerer. This was my preview card, and I hope you like the video. It was really cool. So this is a 1-drop 1/1 with Mentor. So and you can do 2. It gets +2, +0 until end of turn. So let's say you got another 1/1, or you got a 2/2. Let's say you got a 2/2. This can mentor a 2/2, and you're like, well, what? Okay, first you go into combat with the Goblin Bannerer, and also with a 2/2. And let's say they don't block. Before the mentoring kicks in, you do in response to the mentoring, you do 2, and it gets +2, +0 until end of turn, and now you can mentor the 2/2.
Yep.
So that card is going to be. Oh, and also it is a Goblin Soldier.
Yeah, lots of soldiers in this set. So, and with Ixalan being a tribal themed set, there's a lot of great stuff in that to help with tribal things in Standard. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be tier 1 stuff, but it's going to be great, fun Friday Night Magic stuff. Got a question from that guy. Papa Mage, how do you feel about Unsleeved Media saying that Saffron Olive from MTG Goldfish stole your son's preview card? I don't know that it was a malicious thing. And I think it's one of those things where as soon as we post the video, we knew that it was going to be, people were going to be going straight for the card. We've seen that happen all the time. I can look back through the YouTube analytics, and I can scroll, and you'll see a great big spike right at where the card shows up. People will just shoot past all the work we did on the little skit and stuff like that, just so that they can see the card. We know that's going to happen.
Yeah, we
so
worked really hard on that.
yeah, so we just make sure that when people pop up and they show the card, Rhino pops in and says, "Hey, what did you think of my preview video? Here's a link to it if you haven't seen it," because he really wants people to watch it. And as content creators, that's where I don't want to make it sound like we make money off of this, because we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
we make nothing off of views, but that's where we get the exposure, we get the positive vibes from the community by people actually watching the videos. So I don't know if he stole it or if he saw it on Reddit and just copied it to Twitter. I don't know. All in all, it doesn't really bother us.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll, we're going to keep, doing our best whenever we get the preview cards, just because I know it's free advertisement for Wizards of the Coast, but in a sense, that's what we signed up for. We signed up to be free advertisement for Wizards of the Coast, and we signed up to be a very positive influence on the community. And we have a list of things that we've been working on for over 3 years now.
Yeah.
To make this to make things for the community that's better for new and young players.
Mm-hmm.
And we constantly get very, very positive feedback from a lot of people saying how they love how Rhino explains things. It's in very, very basic language, not using a bunch of jargon and stuff like that. They understand it. And so that's what fuels us, is those people coming in and saying, "Hey, yeah, great job. I understand this." So that's why we do things like what we're doing right now, where we're going over the cards, and instead of, Dev from SBMTG, he does an incredible job going in through all the intricacies of how the cards will work in Standard. But we know that there's a lot of people out there, new players, that they don't necessarily play Standard. Maybe they've got a dual deck and they get in a few packs and they want to put them in. Maybe they just started playing Commander and they want to know how this card will work in Commander. So that's what we're working towards, is trying to help out that new player understand these cards a little bit better. And Rhino does a great job with explaining things. And when we do our gameplay videos, there's times that we'll take back a turn, or we'll play with our hands open so people can see what's going on, and I'm going to say, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I don't know that he has that in his hand, but we've got to take in consideration, all right, the basic things like removal or evasion and things like that, the possibilities. So that's what we're working for. And that's why Rhino wanted to do this Kickstarter, to create a site that is like the course for new players.
Okay, I'll go and take over.
Okay.
So this is it's gonna be with the basics, with the advanced. So we're gonna be explaining tapping lands, attacking with creatures, and second main, first main, and draw step, all the phases, pretty much.
Yeah, so we're going to have that really basic stuff that, there are plenty of videos out there that have that basic stuff, but in a lot of cases, it's like an hour-long video that goes through everything. Or if it's a 3-minute video, it goes through it so fast, you don't even know what you learn. So we want to break it down into little bitty bits, but then we want to go the next level up and say, okay, now you understand the basics, you've played a game or two at Friday Night Magic with somebody's deck, and now you want to build your own deck. this is how you build a deck. So that will be in the advanced section. And then we'll have things with, okay, these are things that people forget. Some of Rhino's best videos have been the new player mistake videos. We've got a bunch of those that we've done.
Yeah.
We haven't called them all new player mistakes, but we started doing that, and then we're like, you know, these are things that need to be kind of in a consecutive place. So some place where you can go and you can go, okay, I'm going to go through each one. But we want to add to that. And it's like, hey, let's have a little test at the end. Not a judge's level test, but, you know, enough in there where it's like, okay, you know, this card says it destroys all creatures, but I have an indestructible creature, but it doesn't target it, and people are so used to the targeting and things like that. So that's...
And it doesn't say target.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But, you know, okay, then how do you get rid of indestructible? And then we'll have something in the video about, oh, you can put, you know, minus counters on it, and if it goes down to 0, then it goes away, or sacrificing and things like that.
Or removing indestructible.
Yeah. Okay, that guy says, right on, you guys seem really awesome, and I'm glad you answered my question. You seem like one great father. As a father, I enjoy seeing you guys. Keep it up. Thank you very much. This is what we're trying to do, and we're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to become, you know, one thing that a lot of people keep saying is that there's nobody that's trying to build and bring in new players. We are, and we have been for 3 years.
3.
So that's what we're doing.
And people are like, "Whoa,
yeah.
You should be pros at this."
Yeah, well, and when you see our gameplay videos, I mean, we've got the, you know, a nice slick overlay. Yeah, it's a little slow sometimes because I have to do things manually, but you know, it's easier at the moment because we've got a clunky streaming machine. But you know, our channel is changing because we're selling this house, and then we're going to be traveling all over.
Yeah, and we will meet lots and lots of young players.
Yep. All right.
Okay, the next one.
I hope that answered everything, and we're going to continue on, and if you got more questions, feel free to put them in, or if you're watching after the fact, put them in the comments and we will answer them.
Yeah, this is kind of like a Q&A.
Yeah, and it's part of his schoolwork to answer the questions. So
okay,
so,
Guild Mage's
forum.
Forum?
Yeah, forum.
Okay. So you can tap, add a colorless, and do 1 tap, add 1 mana of any color that this mana is spent on a multicolored creature. And that creature enters the battlefield with an additional 1 counter.
Okay. So you tap it for colorless. You can pump it and basically give a 1/1 counter to a multicolored creature.
It's an Opal Palace.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Opal Palace.
Yeah. So, if you don't know what Opal Palace is, it's in Commander, and...
Well, it's in Modern, but he uses it in Commander.
Yeah, I do. So instead of a multicolored creature, in Opal Palace, it's your Commander. And
yeah.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, it's mana fixing. Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if you look at it this way, if you're doing a monocolored deck, you don't need this card.
A monocolored deck?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. So if you're going to be doing a dual color deck,
you need it.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine, and it'll be an automatic add at the pre-release. I mean, it's well, as long as you're doing all creatures, but most pre-releases you want to have about 17 creatures. So
put it in there.
So put it in there. Limited, I bet people are going to be using this in draft. Limited, standard, I can see it being used. Commander, yeah, I can see it being used. Anything else? No.
But one other thing, look at the art towards the big thingy-majig, the big
the spike.
Yeah, look at the very bottom. Does that look like a face?
Yeah, it looks like a face, and that looks like it's got all of the guilds on there. So see.
Sorry.
So that's the symbols of all the guilds.
I recognize one. That's Boros.
Yep, there's Boros there. So that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that is.
All right.
So Molder Hulk. So it is a 9-drop.
Yep, 9-drop.
So it is a 9-drop, 6/6. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Okay. I'm interested.
Yeah.
When it enters battlefield, return target land from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay.
It's basically an assassin's trophy, but inside of a creature. Basically, you get the land part. So
9-drop for 6/6 doesn't sound too great, but
you can.
But if you think about it, by the time you're ready to bring out a 6/6, you'll probably have about 3 cards in your graveyard. Yeah, maybe 3 creatures. So it's probably a pretty even up sort of thing. I'm sure they went through a lot in playtesting to figure out what they should cost this out at.
And also, it's a fungus zombie, and in standard, this will be really good because of the Golgari saplings.
The Golgari saplings, yeah.
Yeah, because it is a fungus, and
so you'll get some anthem effects from those.
Yeah, like Spork and Crown Salad, and some others, and yeah, that's why I like that card, fungus. I used to play it, but not anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, we still have the deck.
Yeah, we still have the deck, and we're basically waiting for rotation to see what things look like to add to it. He's going to have plenty of challenges once Guilds of Ravnica is out to build certain types of decks.
Murder.
Yep.
Murder.
All right.
Okay. So yeah.
And all right. I think that's
it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Next is Midnight Reaper.
Another zombie.
Yeah.
But a zombie knight. So it will synergize with Dominaria.
Yeah, Dominaria. So it is a 3-drop, 3/2. Whenever a non-creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. This is going to be amazing in the pre-release and in standard. Yeah. So yeah, you take 1 damage, but I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, I mean there is actually a lot of cards that we've noticed that are card draw in this set so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no
that's
divination.
Yeah, but so pre-release, there's going to be plenty of ways to draw extra cards, and in standard, of course, tons of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't think you're right. The life lost isn't that big of a deal. This is a must trigger, so.
Yeah, you have to take a damage.
You have to take a damage.
And you draw.
And the downside is if you have a whole bunch of non-token creatures, you got like 4 or 5 out and they all die, then you take 5.
Wait, it says whenever a non-token.
Yes, so if you've got 5 non-token creatures out and they all die, then
You have to.
you take 5 life and you draw 5 cards. So it's really not that bad.
Yeah, you can go down quite a ways in life, but if you got some game life and stuff, then that card will be really good.
Yeah. Okay, as far as other other formats, modern, in modern, a 3-drop that has a card draw ability on it is probably pretty reasonable, but I can't think of a deck right offhand that would like this a lot. Yeah, I can't think of a deck right offhand.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good card.
It's an okay card.
I really don't like the damage part, but you're gonna have to take it.
Yeah. Commander, I can see commander decks that, it's like whenever you lose a life, you can gain the life and deal 1 damage to your opponents. So this could be an interesting sort of thing where you could set up a cyclic. There might be a yeah, I'd have to figure out if there's an infinite cycle that you could do with this. That would be bizarre.
Infinite cycle?
Yes.
Actually, you would have to choose a number, but
well, basically until your opponents are down to 0, they just constantly. Yeah. There might be a way to do that. I got a thought, but I'm gonna have to search on that.
Okay. Okay, now is Govern the Storm. So it's an instant 5-drop. Okay. Govern the Storm deals 5 damage to target creature. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, yeah, it's a 5-drop, deals 5 damage. It's an instant. It's a common card, so it's going to show up a lot.
Yeah.
This is not a card for tier 1 standard decks, but it is going to be a good removal. Think about everything that we've been seeing in the set. There's not a lot that go up above 5 in toughness. There's a couple 6/6s and a couple of cards that are XX depending upon
like the one that I think the one that Dana got.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and we'll get to that in a bit. The downside is it doesn't target. It's not any target, so you can't do it to a planeswalker. You can't do it to a player. So it's a common. It's going to be fine in the pre-release. It'll be fine in limited. It's by no means anybody's first pick, but it will be reasonable to round things out. So I think it will be pretty. It'll be okay.
I can go.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, but standard. This might be a sideboard card.
Yeah.
Probably. And
unless you have a way to cheat it out.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And there are things that make your instants and sorceries cost 1 less.
Yeah.
Lincoln's on and says greetings, and Hector says, well, it cannot target players, so yikes. Yeah, I mean it's okay.
Yeah, it's not a lava axe.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's going to be reasonable. You're not going to want it in a commander deck. Yeah, it's not going to be used in modern. Sorry.
No. No stand.
And it's probably going to be relegated to a sideboard card in standard at best.
Probably.
All right.
Now next is Inescapable Flame. Okay, I'm gonna try and not. I'm gonna try and not read this card. This spell can't be countered. It's an instant 6-drop, and Inescapable Flame deals 6 damage to any target, and it's an uncommon.
Yeah, good peeking.
No, I wasn't peeking.
Okay.
Okay. So this card is gonna be really good in pre-release.
Yeah, I mean it's any target,
which is great.
So, if this was in the pack and the last one was in the pack, which one would you pick? Would you pick a 6-drop or a 5-drop? A 5-drop that only did to creature, or a 6-drop that can do to anything?
6-drop that can deal it to anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I would probably opt for that as well. And the fact that it can't be countered
is great.
Yeah. Great. So this is, it's really high cost. I can see this being played in Commander. Even at that high cost, and especially because it can't be countered.
Oh yeah. This might be a sideboard card in Standard.
No, well, yeah, it'll probably definitely be a sideboard card in Standard. It just depends on the deck. I don't know how burn decks are going to lay out yet, based off of the cards that we've seen. It looks like we do have a good goblin synergy with goblins and maybe some burn, I don't know about a mono red burn, and this could be a pretty big thing. We do have the ability to copy target instant or sorcery for 2 and choose another target. So you could do this for 8. You could double whammy somebody for 12.
Yeah.
So that's a good possibility right there.
Yeah. So that's a really good card in pre-release.
Yeah.
And in Standard.
And in Standard, I think it's going to be used a little more than people would immediately jump at.
So yep, you can just copy it.
Okay.
Okay. Arclight Phoenix. It is a 4-drop, 3/2, flying and haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast 3 or more instant and/or sorceries this turn, you may return Arclight Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is going to be...
Oops, sorry about that.
This is going to be absolutely amazing in both.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in
the pre-release?
In the pre-release.
Well, the downside of this in the pre-release is most people don't put a lot of spells in their decks for the pre-release, so getting that ability to return it from the graveyard to the battlefield probably won't happen a lot, but still it is a 4-drop, 3/2, flying and haste,
which is really good.
Yeah, so that's still going to be really good for the pre-release, because creatures win games at pre-release and flying creatures dominate the game. We've been saying that for years, and that's the way it works. It really is.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. So, but in Standard, oh man, there's all sorts of shenanigans. Especially if you're going to be going 3-color and you have the ability to surveil and then cast some 3 instants or sorceries in quick succession, then cheat this back out on the battlefield, especially if you have multiples of them in the graveyard.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 or 3 in the graveyard and you can pop them all out at once, that'd be interesting.
Okay, swing for 6.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Zoinks.
And there's also some ways to mentor this to make it bigger.
Oh man, that would be so deadly.
Yeah.
So deadly.
Especially if you had the ability to mentor it up to 4, mentor it up to 4 with a mentor that had a 4 and a mentor that had a 5. You could get this up to a 5/4.
So, oh yeah.
With haste. So what is it? It's a hammer dropper and there's a couple of mentors that you could immediately mentor this and get it out and pound with it as a 5/4 flyer.
That's just gonna kill them.
Yeah. So
unless they got a trick up their sleeve.
Yeah. If this was one of the first cards spoiled, we probably would have gone, it's okay, yeah. But now that we know more about the mentor and how the mentor works and some of the cards that are available, I think this is going to be a lot better. And this is definitely going to be something that we want to see in the mentor deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on this?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a Commander card.
I wonder if you're gonna put it into that. Oh no.
No, I wouldn't put it in that deck.
Okay.
Vraska.
Golgari Queen. Okay, and she is a 4-drop. With 2 in generic and Golgari. And do +2, you may sacrifice another permanent. If you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. That is already really good.
Yeah. But you're sacrificing a permanent, which means that you want to have some sort of graveyard shenanigans with her, of course.
Yep.
Okay.
And destroy target and do -3. Destroy target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less. Yeah.
Okay. There are a lot of cards that they only go up. They only go up to about 3, and so yeah, like a lot of the mentor cards, they have a small toughness on them, so that -3 ability is going to be great to take them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now the next one is so deadly. You can emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game.
Okay.
I'll just go and pin you. You're dead.
Yeah. Okay. There are some interesting things that could happen with this. It becomes an incredibly powerful card. And it looks like Lincoln said, yeah, really powerful. I think I will try her in Legacy. Yeah, I can see her being played in Modern, Legacy. What's the... I'm trying to think. There was an artifact and there was an equipment that we put on cards when we were doing a Death Touch deck. It was the something arrow or something like that.
Oh man. Oh.
Just think, if you had something like that where you tap the creature and it deals 1 damage to any target, and you got that emblem, you go, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead.
No,
you lose the game.
No, it says whenever a creature you can deal combat damage.
Okay, combat damage. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't just sacrifice it and then ping them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good catch there. Yeah, you're much better at this than me. Okay.
Yeah, I look at words.
I'll be. Yeah, and Lincoln says not damage. Okay. Albie says, hey, Papa Mage and Rhino, hope you're both having a great night. The spoiler video earlier today was another great one from you guys. Thank you very much.
And we're glad that you watched the clip.
Yeah. Yeah. And people got, where we got, one scene from, so.
One scene?
Yeah, the scene from Monty Python and Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah. That was the best part.
Yeah, he loved doing that. We recorded that. We did about 9 or 10 takes on that.
And
then we knocked it down to 3.
Knocked it down to 3?
Yeah, in the video we ended up doing about 3 of them. Okay. Okay. Oh, Man Cave TV's on. So.
Okay, we'll go ahead and check out Man Cave TV after we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So next.
This is. If you draw this card, it's great everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Except for Pauper.
If you do like, it's just a 4-drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this translated is.
Translated Maximizar altitude.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, maximized altitude.
Yes. This is the.
This is the superpower.
What were we calling this? Fart flight?
Yeah, we were calling it fart flight. Oh man, we make too much jokes, do we?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
common card.
Yeah, common. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. Jumpstart. Great.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty decent common card. You're going to see it in the pre-release. It's pretty decent in limited.
Yeah, it's kind of like a one-drop. Blue Mighty Leap.
Yeah. Aside from that, I don't know that it's going to be used much anywhere else. You're not going to put it in a commander deck.
Oh no.
And it's a sorcery, so you can't use it as a combat trick.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, sad. So, but
this is going to be really good in standard, I guess.
No, it's not going to be used much in standard. It really won't.
But in pre-release.
In the pre-release, yeah, it's a decent card in pre-release. It's something that before you go into combat, you go ahead and
give it wings.
Give it +1/+1, and then you fly in. So it can be kind of a little bit of a surprise.
What if it was a cat?
Okay.
Okay. Pass Wall Adept. 2-drop, 1/3. And you can do 3 and target creature and can't be blocked this turn. So give one of your creatures unblocked and one of your big creatures unblockable. Let's say they're at 6 life.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give my guy unblockable. Swing for 6, you're dead.
Yeah. It's a common card. It's pretty reasonable. A 2-drop 1/3 is okay, as is, and the added ability is okay.
And also, it is a human wizard.
Yes. So, wizard synergies within standard. This might be pretty reasonable.
Yeah, like Narumea and deal. Narumea gives wizards +1/+1.
Yeah.
So that can become a 2/4.
Yeah. So it's got a place in standard, but that's and it's going to be a fine card in pre-release, and it'll be an okay card in limited. I don't see it getting any further than that. Do you?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Swarm Guild Mage. So it is a Golgari card, and you can do Golgari, and it's a 2/2, and you can do 5, tap it, creatures you control gain +1/+0, and gain Menace until end of turn. So Menace, I don't think anybody rarely uses.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of people use Menace. I mean, granted, it does help out at pre-releases and stuff like that. The second ability on there
is do 2 and tap it, you gain 2 life. So you can do this anytime, the bottom ability, which would make sense.
Yeah.
And you can do it on their end step, and then gain 2 life. So
yeah, so 5 to give all your creatures +1/+0 and Menace. I mean, that could be a pretty reasonable final swing to force a lot of things out. But think about this. This is elves, and what we've seen.
Elf.
So what we've seen some elves that do some pretty interesting things, and we see the elf that and we've seen elves that produce a bunch of soldiers.
Yep.
So giving all your soldiers +1/+0 and
just swinging
all out and giving them all Menace, that helps. Lincoln says that card will see play in Black Mold deck. I don't know the Black Mold deck.
Black Mold deck?
Yeah. And Hector says, LOL, Menace is for try-hard scubs. I think he means scrubs. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
But this might be one of those challenges where I'll give you do a standard Menace deck.
Okay.
Golgari aggro. Yeah, I mean it's a 2-drop, and you can use it to kind of keep giving yourself 2 life.
Give it your life, okay.
Yeah, so you keep staying alive.
Staying alive.
So I mean it's pretty nifty.
Yep, that's good.
And if Lincoln says that it's going to see play in a Black Mold deck, then I believe him. All right.
Even though you don't know what Black Mold deck is.
Okay.
Okay, this was Booster Tutor's preview card, and I'm really glad that I got his.
Yeah, so you got to watch his preview video for this.
And it's very funny.
Yes, it's very funny too. This was his first preview card. We were so happy that he finally got one.
So it is a demure 2/2. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. And it's a human wizard. So you can tap down their best creature and just keep saying no. No, I don't want to take that much damage. I don't want to take that much damage. And they finally kill it.
Yeah, so you can keep something tapped down, or you can surveil. Albie says, I wish the guild mages didn't have to tap to activate their abilities, especially for the ones like this where it can't attack despite giving itself Menace as well. Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-drop 2/2. Yeah, it seems a little rough that they're tapping, but I can kind of see why. Because I would love to be able to do like both abilities. where you can say, okay, where you know target creature does an untap during its controller's next untap step. This can only be done once per turn.
Yeah.
That would be fine, and then you could use it to also surveil too. That would probably make it a rare.
Yes, it would.
But you know, you would think that the guild mages would be rare cards.
True.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a 2-drop.
So anything that taps something down is good.
Yeah.
It's going to see play, especially in standard. You bring out your great big creature that can't be countered, which is
A great big. Wait, what?
great big creature that can't be countered.
The great big creature that can't be countered. What color is it?
Is it?
No, not Niv.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think Niv Mizzet can't be countered.
Oh yeah, he can't be countered.
So then he's like, okay, he can't be countered. Here, tap him down. Well, once he's tapped.
Once he's tapped,
yeah.
then you just like take it.
Yeah. This is going to be a great limited card because hey, Booster Tutor said, and Booster Tutor knows limited very well.
Yep.
So check out his channel if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
And watch his video. It's fun.
It's really fun.
Okay.
Golgari Finebroker. It is a 4-drop. 3/4. When Golgari Finebroker enters the battlefield, return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. And it's an elf hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an elf, so that's really good.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can get back an enchantment. You can get back a land if you need to. You can also get back a creature, which is really good.
Yeah. I mean, it would be amazing if it went to the battlefield, but yeah, I understand why.
Oh, and also an artifact.
Yeah. Especially with surveil going on, if you could surveil something huge and then drop it on the battlefield, that would be really nasty. But yeah, I mean this makes sense. It seems to be well costed. It's 4-drop 3/4 is not bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can just keep swinging and swinging for 3. That's just really nasty. Okay, next is invert and invent. So invert is a 1-drop of any color that you need. Switch the power and toughness of each up to 2 target creatures.
Until end of turn.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
It doesn't say in time.
Yes, it got errated today. The day that it came out, somebody had forgotten to put until end of turn on the end of it.
Whoops.
So that's a whoops. But, they're all right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, now, this is blue or red. Hybrid.
Hybrid. Yeah.
Okay. Think about where that would be really, really good use for.
So switch the power and toughness of each up to 2 target creatures until end of turn. Man, I'm thinking.
Okay. How do you mentor a big thing with a small toughness? I knew you would like that.
So you want to target your own creatures.
Yeah, I mean you could do that to target your own creature, to say, okay, until end of turn, this is not going to be a 5/2, it's going to be a 2/5. I will mentor it, give it a +1/+1, it becomes a 3/6, and then at the end of the turn, it's a 6/3.
Ew.
And then if it has mentor abilities, then it can mentor something even bigger. So,
Nasty.
yeah, there's going to, yeah, Lincoln says, I'm going to get a lot of judge calls on invert. Yeah, the important thing about this is the stack order. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening with the set where people will really, really, really need to understand how the stack works, especially with mentor.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. So now invent. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card. Reveal it. Put it and put it into your hand.
Put them into your hand. Then shuffle your library for an instant and or. So you could get both.
Oh man, that is just. Oh man. That is so nasty.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to probably be a breakaway uncommon, I think.
It's like, oh, I want that. It's yours for free.
Okay, Lincoln's saying layer 7C and 7D. That's a judge thing. But it's how this card will work and how it can do some pretty amazing things. So standard. Okay. In pre-release, people aren't going to understand this. Most people will that go to the pre-release will not have looked at the cards beforehand. They're going to see it and go, no, and they'll toss it to the side. And the people that really know what they're doing and have researched this are going to go, yes!
Yep.
Now, in limited, you're going to see this. It might even be a first pick, depending on what's in the pack. Standard, once things get going, I can see this probably showing up in a tier 1 deck, a wizard's deck, or heck, you can use it in a mentor deck.
Yep.
With that's been splashed with blue. So yeah, that's one of the nifty things about the hybrid colors, and this is for the new players. That hybrid, blue or red. If you wanted to put this into a deck that doesn't normally have blue, but then you want to have like one or two of the counter spells. So maybe you're doing a Boros deck, and you just put a little bit of blue in it. If you have that island come out, you can still use that.
Yep.
So
yep.
That's pretty cool.
Unless that is in Commander, you would have to have.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you would have to be able to run all the colors in Commander.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But
just the way it is.
Just the way it is. So yeah, this one is probably one of the best uncommons we've seen.
Oh, it's an uncommon. I thought
yes.
For a second it was a rare.
No, it's an uncommon. That's why. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, it's uncommon. And it's got a pretty big capability on it. Okay.
Golgari Raiders. This was Dana Fisher's preview card. So, it is a 4-drop 0/0. Now you're thinking, really? That sucks. One moment. It is an Elf Warrior, of course. With haste, Golgari Raiders enters battlefield with +1/+1 counters on it for each card and for each creature card in your graveyard. So if you have like, let's say 40 creatures, it becomes a 40/40.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty neat. The thing that when it was a when we found out that it was an elf warrior, it's like, why not an elf soldier? Or it could have been an elf knight or something to synergize with. And we haven't seen, have we seen any warriors yet? I think this might have been the first one.
Actually, I think we might have seen another.
We might have seen another, but I mean, we've been seeing soldiers left and right, and then this is a warrior. Like, okay.
That sucks.
But hey, it's got the elf synergy thing going.
Yep.
And
there's probably going to be an elf deck.
Now, there are a couple of ways that you can instantly exile an opponent's graveyard in Standard. So there's that one white spirit thing that you can sacrifice it and exile all cards from
target players.
Yeah. And there's also the Sentinel Totem.
Yeah, Sentinel Totem.
Yeah.
So you can exile all cards from all graveyards.
Yeah. So when that happened, if they bring that out while it's still sitting on the stack, you exile all cards and okay, it's a 0/0, dies, gone. Yeah, Remorseful Cleric.
Remorseful Cleric. And that's the one. And we might be making a spirit deck.
Yeah, we'll see.
Actually, no.
Definitely not. Okay.
Definitely not. Because there aren't that many spirits.
Well, not in Ravnica yet. But hey, there's some vampires, there's some zombies. There might be some spirits showing up.
There's also a spirit lord.
Yeah, let's see. Lincoln says creature types are very relevant, yes. And especially with Ixalan being a very tribal set, it's going to help out a lot with Standard. So, anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty.
This is really good. Lava Coil. So it is a 2-drop sorcery. Okay. Lava Coil deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. This card is really good.
It's like a double magma.
Yeah.
A double magma spray.
Yeah, the double magma spray.
Okay, so this is something that I would opt for this over the 5-drop. Deal 5 damage to a target creature.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Lava Coil is so much better because exile it instead.
Yeah.
There is Undergrowth that likes creatures in your graveyard, not in exile, in graveyard. So this card is really good up against Undergrowth and Surveil. And so yeah, it's just a removal spell.
All right, see you later, Albie. He's heading out.
Bye.
All right. We only have what, 1 or 2 more cards left, so.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a easy add for the pre-release for limited. Standard. If it's not in your main deck, it will definitely be in your sideboard.
Oh yeah.
4 damage and exile something is pretty decent, especially if you're going up against Golgari, where they want to have creatures in the graveyard. Exile it.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Never happened.
It never happened. What never happened? Never happened. It is a 3-drop. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player's graveyard or hand and exile it.
Okay. So they reveal their hand.
So
you see their hand, and then you can pick a target non-land card from their hand or from their graveyard and exile it.
Oh.
It's a 3-drop. It's a common. It's sorcery speed. And it seems to be a little expensive until you realize, oh, you can go, no, you put that in your graveyard, you surveil that in your graveyard. I don't want you that. I don't want you to bring that back. So
Yeah.
I think this is a necessary card, I should say. It's a necessary card for the set.
And Exile is really good up against in Golgari.
Yeah.
And so that's why we did a lot of Coil back. And that was the last card. So yeah.
So take a look at that flavor text.
So do mirror assassins have their precision to slay a single memory?
Yeah.
Huh.
Take a single memory out of somebody's head. Reminds you of Harry Potter, right?
No.
No? Okay, you don't. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't remind you of Harry Potter.
It doesn't.
Okay.
And it's sorcery.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's see if there's any more cards that have come out. 9:30 and no, that's it.
As usual.
So there's probably going to be one that's going to show up about 10 minutes after we stop the stream. And we will try to do that tomorrow. Just letting people know, Hurricane Florence is headed our way. It looks like it's going to go a little south of us, so we should be fine.
Yeah.
We're 250 miles inland, so we're just going to get rain and more rain and probably a little more rain. Yep.
And wind.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Yes, very very true.
Yeah.
So thank your patrons.
Yeah, I want to thank my patrons for helping out this channel, and you also can become a patron just by $1. That would help so much. You can, and there is also prizes for patrons and
rewards.
Oh.
Not prizes. But yeah.
Yeah, rewards. So so please become a patron, and it would help out so much. You can include. Actually, that wouldn't make any sense to say that. But anyways, I want to thank them so much. Many thanks. And
the Kickstarter.
Yeah, the Kickstarter. We only have 17 more days. So if you want to have more competition, please back it. So and it would explain tapping lands. It would explain attacking with creatures, drawing cards.
The thing that we want to get across is that it's, even though we say it's a beginner's course, it's more than just for the beginners. It's the start is going to be for the beginners, but we want to keep adding to it so that we have advanced play in it as well. So it's going to be something that's going to be great for all players, basic players. It's just not going to be pro level stuff. It's not going to be getting into the minutia of intricate play and stuff like that. It is going to get into everything that you would ever need to know about casual F&M level play, and kind of getting into the Pro Tour qualifier, maybe just GP level stuff. So that's what we're shooting for. And we're at $611 at last check, 5,000, and we really do need 5,000. And we've got a spreadsheet that shows where it's all going to go and why and how, and so we'll probably go ahead and release that so people will know that it's not just a simple we want a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you know, we do need to get access to a better server. We
Yes.
need to get a graphic artist in there. We'll need to have some custom programming done,
And there will be like 5 people working on this live stream.
yeah, and it would be nice to get some slightly better equipment to do a better job with some of the video stuff, and we'd really love to get we'd love to get the help that we need for it, and actually pay people for it. So as opposed to trying to beg them to do it for free,
Yeah.
which is difficult.
Yeah, it is. So, I have more videos coming out soon. So until then, Rhino out.